What's up, what's up, what's up? You're listening to another episode of our Journey of Love podcast. It's your girl, Ashlee, and I'm here with the husband. What up, babe?
What up, though?
Listen, love's a trip. We went from being best friends to being husband and wife, and let me tell you, it's been a journey.
Tune in as we discuss our fun, inspiring, and at times challenging conversations. Whether you're single, dating, engaged, or married, this podcast is for you.
It's definitely for you, so let's take a ride on this journey. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Ashlee, and we are here with another episode of our Journey of Love podcast. And I'm here with my husband, my co-host.
What up, though? Yeah, your co-host. What up, y'all? What's going on? What's crack-a-lackin'? What it be like?
Yeah, I'm about to say you
what
better
it is, what it ain't.
get that energy level up. So I'm still
happening?
searching for a new co-host. Fix your face. Fix your face. Fix your face. You ain't nothing else to say?
No, I don't really.
I'm
don't.
sure you don't. That's another reason why I'm looking for a new co-host. You ain't got nothing to say. You just sitting there like a bump on the log.
Continuation of verbal abuse.
Lies, and lies.
I wish we had an HR department.
I am HR.
You're not.
You can file your complaint with me.
I'm not.
I will review it and determine if you actually have a valid concern or not.
I'm not going to you.
I know you're not. Because you don't have a valid concern.
You're not HR.
I am HR.
You're not.
I am.
You're not.
I am.
You're not.
I'm waiting for you to submit your claim.
No, don't worry about it. Just continue.
I still have a workman's comp issue that I filed with you years ago when we were dating that still has not been paid on.
That is expired.
No, it has not expired.
It has expired.
No, the statute of limitation is not up on that.
No, yes, it has.
No, I was injured. Y'all, listen. This is when we were dating.
Self-inflicting.
No, lies. This is when we were dating. We were still new in the game, right? And he was moving to a new place, and so I was helping him clean up his old place, so they get, the security deposit and stuff back, right? So I'm cleaning up the kitchen, and next thing I know, I got a chemical burn, my skin peeling off my leg and all that. And I filed a claim, and he still ain't paid me for my injuries, my pain and suffering, none of that. And matter of fact, you know what?
What?
Yeah. I just remember the pain associated with that, and I really am upset and hurt that you haven't paid me on my claim. I thought you cared about me enough to do what's right, but I see that's not the case.
That claim is expired. It expired a long time ago.
No.
Well, keep it in archives.
I want my money.
Keep it in archives.
I want my money.
Better call Johnny Cochran.
And I want reimbursement for all the medical
supplies
Johnny. I had to get to.
Call Johnny.
Wow.
Call Johnny.
Really?
Yeah.
Call his law firm?
Somebody. Get Judge O'Brown.
Oh, my God. Get Judge Judy.
Oh, no. We don't need to go Judge Judy. we couldn't go Judge Judy. I couldn't go Judge Judy.
Why?
No.
Why you couldn't do Judge Judy?
Because already she talking over you. She cutting you off. I can't deal with that.
Oh, my goodness. That's why we're going to her. Because I'm going to get justice for my injuries.
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get failure to appear in court. Wow.
Really?
You got time to do with Judge Judy.
They'll just file in my favor.
Then redo it with Judge O'Brown. Or the People's Court. She has a little
like People's Court.
Judge Mathis, he can look old though.
Him and Joe Brown old.
Brown don't do it no more, but
he doesn't. But he's still.
Judge Mathis. I was looking at him the other day. He had some salt and pepper in his face. I was like, "Dang, you old." I fail to realize he's been doing this for years.
Yes, he has. Because I used to watch him when I was younger. So
I was like, golly. I can't believe these court shows still come on TV. I'm just like, why?
I mean, somebody's at home watching them.
Yeah, you're right. They enjoy them.
Who?
I said they enjoying them.
Oh, I thought you said Aunt Jerome. I'm like, who is Jerome?
I don't know any Jeromes.
I'm like, Who Jerome? Who that is?
I do know some Jeromes.
Who that is? Who Jerome?
My bad. Shout out to Jeromes.
Yeah, all the Jeromes in the world.
Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to you. My bad.
Oh, man. I'm a little tired. I should have took a nap today. Why that face?
No reason.
I'm sure it is a reason. There's always a reason behind what you do. What is it?
There's no reason.
Huh? Yeah.
I just wanted to have the face.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's what I miss. What was it? Saturday Night Live or Mad TV? It was Mad TV, wasn't it? They had Will Stewart and all that. I miss Mad TV. Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's still on
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, it's still on YouTube.
I might have to watch some today. I think I might do that. This is Mad. Wow, I forgot the little jingle. Did it go like it show? Was, yeah, Mad, something. I don't know, I'm making up something.
I remember it.
What is it?
I'm not going to sing it.
So, do it.
Nope.
See, my new co-host will do that. That's exactly why.
That's fine. Make sure y'all name it Y'all Journey of Love.
Listen, don't worry about that. Don't worry about the branding. You ain't gonna have nothing to do with it.
That's right. As long as it don't say hour. You're
gonna say fard. Spell it. F-I-R-E-D. Fard. That's how you pronounce it. Fard.
All right.
Man. So what's been going on with you?
Nothing but work.
Work?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Nothing else interesting?
Just work.
Just work. That's it?
Work.
No new hobbies?
Work.
Oh, work is a new hobby?
just work.
I'm just asking.
No, I haven't developed any new hobbies.
Why not? Why?
Developing a new hobby is time invested. Then you have to invest into the hobby. Then you get obsessed with the hobby.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Your hobby could just be reading.
You can get obsessed with reading.
I mean, that's a good obsession, I think.
Okay, well.
Is it not?
Yes. Reading is always good.
Reading is
Black people don't like to read, but.
Yeah, I sure don't. Let's see.
Or that skim. So I'll look for the pages. I mean, the pictures. Where's the pictures? I don't have time to do this.
Not the pictures, child. Not the pictures. We too old to be trying to look at the pictures.
Hey. Pictures just be at the beginning, in the middle of the book. Oh, look at the pictures.
So listen. Right?
I'm listening.
I need to know some healthy snacks I can eat at around midnight when I be hungry.
You should be asleep.
But I'm not asleep all the time, and then I've been up so long that I just be hungry. And
you
I'm
just
like,
trail mix.
What? Ain't that fattening with all the nuts and stuff? Like
trail mix?
Yeah.
No.
I think it might be fattening with me because I eat a lot of it. I don't eat the portion size that the package says to eat.
Well, how about you stick with that?
Stick with the portion size?
Yeah.
But then I'm not full.
The object is not to get full.
But it tastes so
good. It's supposed to be sleep.
I see you're not going to help me with my problem. Okay, that's fine. Moving on.
Sound like you too.
Moving on.
Hungry. I need some juice.
That's why son act like that.
I just want some juice.
I be hangry.
Can I get a snack?
Me and him be hangry. We be very hangry.
Yeah, together y'all be hangry. I understand why one would not eat with the other. She'd be like, "You ate? No. Why?" Doesn't make any sense.
You know, I make sure baby boy eat.
I understand it.
Then I, eat
when he eats.
I do most of the time, but then other times I'd be like, all right, while he's sitting in his one set position in his high chair, I can do the dishes, or I can do this, or I can do that. And then he's getting to the age where he's, all in your plate. So typically I will eat after he finishes, and while he's in his little play area, I just go in his play area and eat. But then that's hard because his little fingers all on my plate. I hold the plate up. He on his tiptoes trying to pull it down. I take a bite. He trying to grab it out my mouth. It's like a whole game.
Interesting. Don't have those issues. Just look at him. Stop.
Nah, he wants to eat with mommy.
Nah, I'm not eating. He's not eating.
We
Not
know.
me. I'm gonna eat when he eats.
Meanie head.
And when I wash dishes or clean up the kitchen, he's gonna be in there with me, sitting in his chair. Yes, if he cries hysterically, I don't care. I'm gonna get these dishes done, and then when he's keep crying if you want, whine if you want. You're not getting out.
You was something else, boy. You are.
You gotta know who's boss. Me.
Okay.
I run the show.
Okay.
He does it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
That's what I know.
Okay. That's what you telling the people.
That's what I know.
Okay.
He knows that.
Okay.
I ain't got time.
Okay.
Just like it happened today.
Mm-hmm.
Told him to do something. He kept doing it. And pow.
That's part of his learning curve. Yeah, that's his learning curve.
He kept going over it. And he think he's slick. He like want to take toys and stuff over there.
Yeah, you tell him not to go somewhere, he takes a toy over there. And so when you call his name, he's like, he gives you that look like, what? I'm playing.
Right. And then he goes to do it and be like, wow. It was crazy. Was yesterday. We was on the couch and he was trying to mess with the lamp. And he knew that if he could hear me move, he would just turn around real quick and stop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I would just move the pillow, just rub the pillow. He just turn around.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I'm not doing anything.
Right, I'm not doing anything.
And then when he does it, I just come and thump him in the thigh. And he go, he don't like that. I found out he don't like that.
He don't like that. Stop.
Right.
He don't like you tell him to stop. That's what it is. He want to do what he want to do.
Yep. But it's not.
Where he get that from?
He's not gonna get away with that with me. Don't care what's going on. This is not Burger King. You have it your way.
Sure he can.
No, he cannot.
Sure he
Nope.
can.
No, he cannot.
Sure he can.
Maybe with you.
No, not with me, but sure he can.
No, he can't.
He can do what he
Nope.
wants. Sure.
Well, you're right. He can do what he wants, but
Yeah.
it comes consequences.
Yeah. That's it. That's what he has to learn. That's it.
Yep, consequences.
That's it.
Yep.
All right, let's go and get into this topic, man. So listen, earlier in the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about some relationship killers,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think we should address relationship killers as it relates specifically
Mm-hmm.
to marriage.
Y'all heard that? She said specifically to marriage.
Specifically to marriage, because there are some marital killers that is just like, okay, listen.
Marital killers.
Yeah,
Never heard that one before.
Yeah. Listen, if this don't stop, we gonna have a problem, and I mean a big one, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get this party started. Boom, shakalaka, boom, shakalaka. I feel like it should have been a breakdown of music right
Nope,
there when I
it
said
shouldn't
that.
have been. Nope.
I feel like that. It should have been.
Mm-mm.
It should have been.
Nope.
Yeah. It
Nope.
should have been.
No.
So, Phil and I, we were just talking. We were chit-chatting or whatnot. And we came up with 5 things that we believe to be marriage killers, right? Right. Hello? Right,
Yeah,
hello?
what she said, marital killers.
Bueller. Oh,
Marital
my God. This child. New co-host coming. I keep telling y'all.
I go solo, y'all. My journey.
We're going to have separate podcasts, but
Right.
my journey, you gonna have my journey part 2. What?
I don't know
My
if you're gonna
journey,
name
her
yours.
story. My journey, his story.
No.
What?
Mine is my journey. I'm taking the whole thing up, padding it.
Lies you tell.
You can tell.
Lies you tell.
That's the name. You can name your podcast. Lies you tell.
Oh my gosh. All right. So the first one that we came up with is listen clearly. It's taking advice from the wrong people, right? And what we mean by that is when you're married, right? You can't be listening to people who haven't even had a successful relationship, right?
First of all, you can't be listening to nobody who's single.
That's not having a successful relationship. They 9 times out of 10 they single. So someone who has never been married, right?
Right.
Someone who is single, someone who's bitter, someone who just has a distorted view of life and love. I think that is one of the biggest things is that, especially in this day and age where everyone is the whole, I'm good. I don't need this person. I can do this by myself.
Mm-hmm.
This whole independent attitude, the whole,
right.
I don't need nobody. You got one time to mess up with me and I'm gone. Nobody. There's just an element of just discarding people very quickly.
Right.
And not really working through issues and working through things.
Right.
So I think it's very, very important that you know who you're getting your advice from, right? Someone told me a while ago, this was before you and I got married, and I honestly don't remember who told me this, but what they told me, it makes sense now that I'm married, but what they told me was, as a married couple, right,
mm-hmm.
you should always have three other type of couples in your friend circle. You should have a couple who's been married longer than you, someone that's been married around the same amount of time as you, and a younger couple who just recently married.
Mm-hmm.
The theory behind it was, or the thought behind it was, the older married couple, it should be like the example of, you can get through this.
Right.
We've been there. They should be the ones that you say, well, listen, we've been there. We got through this. You're going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The couple that's equivalent to you in marriage years are the ones that's like your comrades. Like, girl, you going through this too? Or man, you going through this too? And the kind of, y'all going through it at the same time so you can kind of help each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the younger couple was to remind you of how happy you were when it first started, to remind you of that fresh love.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that I'm married, I was like, well, that make a lot of sense.
It didn't make sense at the time?
I mean, because I wasn't in it. So it was just like, oh, okay. So how when you're not really in a situation, it's kind of like, oh, okay. And it's just when you do happen to find yourself in a certain situation, it's like, aha, I remember so-and-so said this. It makes sense now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we probably need to work on that. We don't have nobody older, do we? We got to get up. I think everyone is right where we are. Or younger. No,
I think majority is right where we are.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some people who been in there a little bit longer than we have.
But it's
so,
one.
I mean, so what do you count as an older?
They've been in the game for a while, longer.
Yeah,
than
that's what I'm saying.
So I would say
year or 2 years, 5 years.
No, child. They need to be like where we are. So I would say they have to be married for at least 8 to 10 years.
Oh,
for them
no.
To be.
No, I don't know of any of that sort.
Yeah, we need to work on finding what I don't even know what you call it. One would be like an older mentor couple. So I could just call and be like, he getting on my nerves. What did you do when your husband did?
Well, see,
what
happened was
because child, let me tell you.
Right.
I think that's very
majority of them are right where we are.
Yeah,
they're either a year or two ahead or a year behind us.
Yeah, so we all kind of like in the same boat.
Right, we're all in the same.
Yeah.
Sharing the same stories, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh.
Like you will not believe, child, because I'm done, okay?
This was going to happen.
And you want to make sure to also, you want to well, if you have to, if you're seeking advice, to make sure that person has your genuine interest as a couple, not just yours, but just a couple. Like I want to see y'all work, not just leave, or man, just leave her. I want to see y'all work as a unit, as a family, you know, because you'll be surprised. Listen, for those who aren't married and who are looking to start the marriage journey or look forward to marriage sometime in the future, you will find out very quickly that everybody is not for you. Everybody who you thought would be cheering you on and rah rah and oh, you found love and all. Listen, that marriage, that wedding will show you real quick who was really supportive of you in your journey. I'm gonna tell you that, because I have never had so many problems that when I announced my engagement, it was a matter of, oh, I can't be this. Why ain't this? I can't believe this. And you did. I was like, whoa. It's coming. Just take my word on that. So just make sure that the people who you're seeking advice from genuinely care about you as a unit, and want to see y'all do well and not just, the individual. You got anything to add to that?
No.
You sure?
Yep.
All right. My other co-host would have had something to say.
On to the next one.
What's the next one, babe?
Stress.
Yes. That stress will get you, babe.
Stress can be what did you call it? A marital killer. Marital killer. Yeah, stress can be that.
Yeah.
And I would say a lot of it can be, a good portion of it could be, up on a man in the marriage, the male.
Okay. How so?
In the marriage. Because of the responsibilities that we put on ourselves as protectors and providers and things of that sort. So we are the piece of, the engine that is supposed to be there.
Okay.
And so, we do what we can to make sure that everything goes awry.
Doesn't go awry.
Right.
Don't make it go awry.
Right. You know what I mean.
So
yeah. So a lot of growing up and before I got married, listening to old heads, as we call them.
Yeah.
They always spin game about their relationships with their wives and experiencing with their wives and this, that, and the other stories that they tell. This stress is part of it. Stress is part of it. They take on, from hearing from stories and of a cumulative of that, take on a lot of, scars so that the family wouldn't, or I would say sacrifices, that the family should so the family can thrive and do X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
So, just a part of it. But at the same time, it's just I guess it just depends on how he handles the stress.
That's what I was about to say. When it comes to stress, you definitely need some type of stress relief. You have to have a healthy outlet to relieve your stress.
Right.
And I think that's very, very important because, listen, life happens. You can find yourself in stressful situations, but, without initiating anything. You know what I'm saying? That's just life. And it's so very important not to bottle that up and definitely not to take that out on your partner. Because that is definitely something that can cause friction between the two of you. So it's vital.
True that.
It's vital.
True that.
That everybody has their own outlet for stress that is a healthy outlet. You
True
know, don't create more problems by saying, "Oh, I'm going to hang out with somebody you ain't got no business hanging out with because they relieve my stress." No. Don't cause more problems. Make sure it's healthy. I know for me, I haven't done this in a long time, but I know in my younger years, as far as stress, whenever I was just really stressed or it was just a lot going on, I would go for a run. That's how long ago that was, because I ain't been for a run in a while. But I mean, now in present day, I will do some type of exercise, or I will just retreat and just be like, oh, I need a moment, and I'm gonna step away, to collect myself and get myself together. I think we've learned over the years that it's important not to take out our frustrations on each other.
Mm-hmm.
And to instead just talk about like what's going on. Do you want to talk now? Or you want to talk later? How does that go? But to make sure that remember you're a team,
Right.
all right, and that you have to be there for each other. So if your other partner, is not A1, then it is your job to step in and be like, all right, how can I help you? How can I help you? What is it that you need from me? To make your life easy, to lighten your load, and to, make sure that we're okay as a unit.
Correct.
Yes. I'm really trying to be a singer.
I see.
I'm really I'm really gonna just start. I'm gonna cut me an album. What they call them, an EP?
Yep.
What does that even mean?
Just put a mixtape out.
What's an EP? What does that stand for?
Google it.
Google right now? Let me see. I know this off topic. I just want to know what an EP is. What does it stand for? EP. EP meaning. It says extended play. Oh, a mini album that contains more tracks than a single, but is usually unqualified as an album or LP. Oh my gosh, they got LPs. Okay. Side note. See, you learn something new every day. I know that.
I know an EP was short. An EP could be like 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah, they said a mini album.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a mini album.
Like they got a lot of some artists put stuff out like that. I know Wale does that from time to time. He'll have like 4, 5, 6 songs, and he just feel like it just need to be put out there right now, even though he have an album together. Or it could be some stuff that he left off from some previous albums, and he just go. Some people do that, so they just be like, you go EP, or this is stuff I was in the studio working on, I just felt like I need to get it out before it gets old because I ain't gonna use it on the album.
I'm about to do it.
Go ahead.
I'm about to put out an EP. You want to be my hype man?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, cool. That's all I need. All right. Sorry, y'all. We got side note. That's me and my side notes. The fix your face. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Topic number 3.
Don't
family
try to take my shine away.
The next one for marriage killers.
Yeah. So listen, and I need everybody to hear me. Okay, turn your volume up. Tell the kids to be quiet.
Sounds like this should have been number 1.
This
is she
very,
talking?
very, 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 very important. When you say I do, okay, the person that you said I do to is now your priority. Period. In a discussion. That was my important announcement. Because everybody doesn't understand that. Everybody doesn't understand that. When you say I do, okay, that person is now your priority. Now, that does not mean that they are going to forget about you, that you are no longer relevant in their life. That's not what that means. That means there's a position shift. You understand what I'm saying? So, their spouse is now their priority. So everyone has to get adjusted to this new normal. You have to stop holding on to this old ideal of, well, you used to come by every weekend and you used to do this and okay, well, they can't do that anymore. And it's not always because they don't want to. It's because they now have other priorities. And I don't understand why people don't get that. Is that just me? Jesus.
No, it's just not you. Families, they don't like the change. They're not used to it. So that's it. It's the change part.
It's a change part.
The change part. Some don't like the change, and
Okay.
that's an adjustment period.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Well, how long does the adjustment period?
I don't know.
I
don't know. I haven't had the liberty or the chance to go through that.
Oh, okay. I just think it's very important because, I've seen different scenarios prior to us getting married, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have seen a situation where the guy came from a family who, I won't say they weren't close, but they didn't do a lot of family activities together, right? He married someone who was very family oriented. Like the family was always around, always at the house. And he struggled with that, so one of the things he would do is that he would just leave. Like it was rarely that he was home because, he was like, it's too many people over there. They always over there. They doing this, they doing that. I feel like that's not even my house.
Right.
So I think it's very important that boundaries are set with family. That's another part that gets sticky, because then it becomes a spouse's fault, right? So like, okay, well, this is the boundary we have in place. Well, who do they think they are? They gonna do who? Everybody calm down, first of all. This is going to, as you said, it's an adjustment period.
It's adjustment period.
What I'm saying? And there are boundaries. So the things that you used to could do, you can't do anymore. Like, for instance, I know I was watching, what's that thing? I'll be watching 90 Day Fiance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, they didn't know each other, but still they got married. The girl, one of the couples, the wife's brought up to her husband because they had friends over. And so his friends were used to just coming in the house, just going in the kitchen.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, just going in the kitchen and going in the refrigerator to get whatever it is that they wanted. And so she brought it to his attention and she was like, yeah, they're not going to be able to do that. That's not going to work for me. I don't like people in my kitchen. I don't do this, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
And he was just like, well, I don't understand why they can't just come in. She was like, because this is not their house. Like, this is not their house. And he was just really struggling with that. I mean, so there has to be adjustment, not just with family, but even your close friends that are like family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she had a valid point, and he was just thoroughly confused. And he was hesitant about telling his friends because he really didn't understand. He was like, well, we've always done this. And she's like, okay, but you can't do this anymore. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I understood where she was coming from because I'm funny about my kitchen too. But to me, even in that situation, I personally think that's rude. Like, this ain't your house. I don't go to nobody's house and just go in their fridge with the exception of my mom and my grandmama. You know what I'm saying? Right. Anybody else's house, I'm not like, oh, let me see. Let me just go grab. Like, this is not my home. So when I go to somebody's house, I sit on the couch and mind my business. If you ask me to take my shoes off, my shoes are at the door. Like, I'm not, so that just has to be.
It was an adjustment for him because prior to her and their circumstances were different. That's one, because they just met each other. I don't even know how long. They probably was a month.
They was in it for a month. Yeah.
Right. They was a month in. And so you're talking about something that he has allowed for so long. And she's coming in a month in and be like, you can't do this anymore. Or she's even looking at him like, why are you letting this go on?
Yeah.
And he's like, I've always had this happen. Like, he didn't see nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And sometimes collectively they might all do that as well. Like, go to his house and this house, and we all do it. This, that, and the other. So it was like he I guess he felt like he was just closing the door on something that he's all of a sudden just allowed forever
But
and then he has to cut off because of somebody else.
It's not that. It's just this. Listen, again, we have included somebody else in the circle. This is not just your house; it's our house. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, I get you.
It's with family. You can't allow them, whether intentional
you can't allow
or
them to
not
dictate
intentional,
how to run your house.
Yeah, you can't do that. And because going back to the example where the guy came from, a family where they didn't do a lot to a family where they just always over there, it became an issue eventually of him coming home extremely late. So that resulted in him not spending quality time with his wife. So then the quality time became an issue. Then it was like, well, you're never here. And then, he's like, well, they always here. Well, that's my family. They don't, so it became that whole dynamic, instead of there being a conversation and say, okay, y'all, listen, y'all can't come over here every weekend. Maybe we can pick 2 weekends out of the month. We could do like a family dinner. Not saying everything has to stop, but some things definitely have to be restructured.
Right.
And I think that's important. I mean, now I think they got the hang of it. I think they're fine now. I haven't heard anything. But yeah, you got to work with it. And family has to be understanding as well. So.
Okay. So what about, the topic we had brought up, not on the show, but outside, about the serving the plate deal. And what I mean by that is,
okay, yeah.
Who are you serving first? Your daddy or your husband?
Yeah, so it was something that I saw, I think it was on Instagram, I believe. So this young man had an issue because they apparently had a family dinner and his wife made a plate for her father first before she made a plate for him. He took that as disrespect.
First question, was his dad with his mom? I mean, was his wife? Was her mom and dad there?
They didn't mention it. He just talked about the father.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, I mean, the husband took that as disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
I know when I brought it to you and you sided with the guy, I was really like, really? Because to me, I mean, you still won't eat. You know what I'm saying? So right. I didn't see the problem with it. To me, it wasn't a big deal. Let me put it like that. It wasn't a big deal. Well, now, if that was our situation,
I think I said in our house,
right?
That's what I said. I said in our house, I would expect you to make my plate before you make his.
And see, I don't see that as an issue because my thing is I made enough for everybody, so it doesn't matter because we all gonna be sitting down and eat together.
Mm-hmm.
Was the standpoint I was coming from,
right?
But again, that may be something because I know it was Instagram because I remember reading the comments. A lot of people was like, well, I was raised that you serve your elders first. And I was like, well, I wasn't necessarily raised like that,
Mm-hmm.
And other people was like, well, you're supposed to serve your husband because he's a man in the household. Then, of course, it was the comments says, why you serving anybody? The man can get his own plate.
That's true.
That's true as well. But the question was specifically about, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, that might just be a family thing. She might love her daddy. I just want to make sure my dad's good. And absolutely meaning no disrespect to her husband, but that's just something that has to be talked about.
Right.
Because honestly, if you would have came to me with that, I would have been looking at you like, what? You really feel so way about because he got the first piece of chicken? Okay.
Hey man, you never know, man. Look, tell you something. Especially if I done cooked and barbecue, I done grilled and all that, and I done sat down so everybody else can eat. Man, yeah. Please, yeah. Believe I want my plate first.
Yeah. So, yeah, just don't allow. Bottom line is just don't allow family to come in between. What you all have. This is probably hard for like the mama's boys and the daddy's girls and all of that type of stuff.
Right, because I'm gonna tell you what, like if we at your house, let's say we at your dad's house.
Yeah.
I expect him to get his plate before me.
And he would probably give you your plate before he gets one. That's how it be.
Mm-hmm.
So.
We be back and forth, man. Go on, sit down. No, you sit down.
It ain't.
Hey man, get you something to eat, man.
Listen, And it ain't, to me, it ain't that deep. Like, good gracious, be all
But
that.
I mean, it ain't too that deep. But we got to be throwing balls and upset and having holding grudges and this, that, and the other. Because
Yeah.
naturally, you know, I try to be the last one to eat if you at my house and
And I always put a plate away from him because I know how he is. Because you're going to get all the food away. Then you're like, wait, that's all we got left? That's why I make you a plate. Have time. Like, whenever we throwing parties, before anybody gets there, I have his plate set up. Like, scoop it on out, smooth the rest out so don't nobody knows the hole right there. Listen, you good, babe. Your food in the fridge.
For everybody, they dig their fingers in there. Like, man, we ain't got no ribs no more. So
Right.
one.
Right, exactly. So, anything else to say about family?
No, moving along. What's going next?
All right. The next one is selfishness. Everything ain't about you. I just want y'all to know that.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't about you. It ain't.
I do not like selfish people.
Can't stand them.
I do not work well with selfish people.
Me either. I don't get along with them well at all.
Yeah.
I really prefer not to be around them.
I don't think nobody does. I don't think nobody likes to be around somebody who's selfish.
But the problem is a lot of people don't realize they're selfish.
That is true. And then some people allow people to be selfish. Yes. I don't understand that one. I'd be like, bro, come on.
Yes.
Come on, yo.
Yes.
Like, she's running over you.
Listen, a marriage is not the place to be selfish.
The last.
That is the absolute last place to be selfish. There is I don't want to say dependence, but an interdependence between two individuals when you're married. You know what I'm saying? So, everything cannot be around you. That's not conducive to a successful, long-lasting relationship at all. So I don't even know what else to say but stop being selfish and it ain't about you.
It ain't.
Because there are so many times where, especially when it comes to making decisions for the family, you can't do what's just best for one person. You know, you really have to weigh out the pros and cons of every decision that is made. And, you know, sometimes you're just going to get the short end of the stick in terms of what you want personally yourself, you know, but you have to be okay with that, because when you go in understanding that this is for the benefit of my family as a whole, I think that takes precedence over your selfish wants and needs.
Right.
I feel like it does, you know. So if you're a selfish individual, stop it. And if someone has told you, more than one person, 2, 3, 4, 5 people have told you that you are selfish, please don't deny that and talk yourself out and say that I ain't selfish. You know, that's my other pet peeve. The people who are selfish, you be like, you are selfish. And they're like, oh, well, I've been told. Okay, being told and coming to having a self-reflective moment and says, you know what? I can be a little selfish. This is something I need to work on.
Right.
I think that's key. You know, you need to realize when you are selfish and say, you know what, that was very selfish of me. Mm-hmm. So let me do better. What is it that I can do to do better, you know, for the sake of my marriage?
Right.
That's all I got to say about that, child, because selfish people, my pet peeve. Did you like my little dance right there?
Yeah, that was a shimmy.
So number 5 is this is when you stop spending quality time together, right? Mm-hmm. As we say, life happens. You get busy. You get more and more on your plate. You're spending more time away from family. You know, I can say some people have an idea of, okay, I just got to get it. I got to get it for my family. I got to grind. I got to hustle. I got to do this. And they come at it from a money aspect. Like, all right, I'm gonna just throw this money at it and they're going to be good. You know, I gotta do this. No, I can't go to their track meet, or I can't, you know, be at the house to help my spouse cook. And no, I can't help my spouse clean, but I'm going to just make sure they have the money, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
life gets so busy and you stop spending time. And after a while, you will start losing that connection to your spouse,
True.
you know? And then it's like you wake up one morning, it's like, I don't even know who you are. Like, who are you? You know? And so I think it's very important that you have that balance between that work-life balance. That's very important to me. That's always been important to me. I think it's even more important to me now that we have a son. That is just one of the things. I'm just like, I don't do overtime at all. Period. Nope. I'm not doing it because at the end of the day, my family takes priority. And I don't ever want to be in a position where I'm like, I'm missing track meets or I'm missing you supporting you in your endeavors that you're trying to pursue
Right.
or, you know, just going on dates and stuff. I don't ever want to be in a position where I'm just so busy where I'm like, let me check my calendar and see if I can even fit you into my world, you know? So staying connected and spending that quality time together is of the utmost importance, and not doing so is a killer.
I agree.
Anything else to say besides I agree?
I would say that spending time together is crucial within a marriage because you can find yourself so deep into I can't make the football game, and I look at it as because you see the others on movies a lot where the dad is working and they stand in this big house, and I look at it as I think the dad, because that's how they portray it. I think the dad is enjoying the career or the moves he made to make the success of what he got at home, and that should be enough.
But it's not.
It would right, and I think sometimes it gets to the point where it can be routine.
Yeah.
And that's part of it, of the spending time together, the routine of doing the same thing over and over that you didn't looked up. Then 5 years then went by. Within that 5 years, you didn't got this. You got to upgrade it here. And it was like benchmarks, and it was like, okay, all I got to do is just keep doing this to equate to this, and then next thing you know, you didn't miss this. And you look at it as a sacrifice because I'm out here doing this. And sometimes you have to sacrifice a lot of things that you enjoy to gain or spend time to get other areas that you lack.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, sacrificing.
But I think the best investment you can make is the investment in your family.
Right.
There's no amount of money that can ever make up for time missed. None. You know? So, you know, those things matter, not just with your children, but especially with your spouse. Again, because your spouse is your partner.
Right.
You know? And you have to spend time together because people evolve over time, you know?
Right.
I'm not the same person that I was when I met Phil. He is not the same person that he was, you know, and the wife that I am today, I'm not the same as the day he first proposed to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's correct.
So there's growth there, and you have to keep that open line of communication and spending that time together so you continuously learn about your partner and that you continuously grow with your partner, you know, because you don't want to get to a place where y'all have outgrown each other. And again, you wake up and just like, well, what the heck happened to us? You know, we used to be good. Like, what happened? Where was the breakdown? You know? So that's very important. Spend time with your partner. Love on them. Plan fun dates by yourselves and then dates with the children. You know, that's just very important because the family is no better investment than investing in your family and each other.
Right.
Yes, I think this was a good 5. What you think? I think that was a good 5.
We rename it the Good 5.
Yes, and that's just, you know, one of Phil and I chit chats. We have random chit chats that either he or I would just bring up a random question and be like, oh, this will be a good topic.
There you go. We're giving them too much.
What?
Giving them too much. I
Oh
need them
my
to want more.
gosh. They gonna want more.
Yeah.
Because we're giving out good stuff. Good stuff.
Giving that free game.
Just sharing what we've learned on our journey.
Right. No pun intended.
Right. All right. So this week's A&P topic, are you ready?
We ready.
We ready. All right. So the question for this week is, why aren't marriages lasting like they did in our grandparents' generation? There you go with that look again. Every time I ask an A&P topic, you look at me crazy.
I'm not looking at you crazy. I'm just looking at you.
Jeez. Listen, okay? Be sure. We're going to post it up,
Right.
okay, on our social media platforms. Be sure to comment. We are so interested in hearing what you all have to say.
We
and,
really are.
you know, we'll be sure to post our answer up as well so you can hear our answer of that. But we want to see what y'all say first. I'm curious.
So share, like,
Uh-huh.
subscribe, comment.
Mm-hmm.
You have to comment so we can comment back. We will comment back.
Comment back. Yes, we will.
Yep. Not coming back. Comment back. I just want to make sure that was clear.
I think they got it back.
I hope so. See, some people be like, huh?
Hey, y'all. Listen, thank you all for listening to another episode of our Journey of Love. We so enjoyed this. I hope you did as well. Remember to subscribe and follow us on all our platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Podbean, Spotify. As they like to say, we own
Everything.
We own everything, so be sure to check us out. Remember, y'all, love is patient, love is kind. We'll see you all here next time.